Alright, okie dokes. Another video, here we are in the house, and it's the new bike reveal video. It's right here next to me, it's in the dining room, so I haven't had a chance to move things around in the shed just yet to get it fitted in. But I picked it up yesterday, Tuesday night, yeah, the Jay's body, that went on Monday. There was a few other extra bits and bobs I had to do to that, and I flipped the bracket for the bottom mount the wrong way up, so it actually lowers the headlight, and that gave it a much nicer stance. Took the wrap up to the top, so we got some more wrap, and took that up to the top of the headers, so there wasn't that gap. I cut up and drilled holes in the chain guard, a few other little odds and sods. But yeah, he was really happy with it. It sounded great. I took it for a razz, and it's an awesome bike. It's a shame really, because it did sort of fuel my desire to get another Bonneville, but I've got to be realistic. They're holding their value really well at the moment, and it's a toss up between having, you know, a love for those bikes anyway, but I'm not doing another nice custom Bonnie. What I need to do is remember that this has got to be my daily workhorse. It's going to get me to work every day, whatever the weather. To an extent, be a little less precious about it. It's going to, I wouldn't say going to get abused, but it's going to feel its miles. So yeah, so with that in mind, I can't justify spending the money that even tatty, grotty, high mileage Bonnies are going for at the moment. So I had to start looking around at some other possibilities. Bandits, Phasers, the usual. There's a whole plethora of, you know, reasonably priced commutery winter hacks, 600s, that ilk of bike. I think you know what I'm on about. And they're great, but I've had Bandits in the past. I've had that kind of, what would you call them, like a midweight commutery, your Phaser, Bandits, SVs, 650s, that kind of thing, and they're fantastic bikes, but I've had them. I kind of want something a little bit different. I think it's nice to be able to, sorry, my knees are going to sleep, nice to just sort of change it up a little bit. And so I just did my usual, typed into eBay, and did my price range and distance nearest first, and just let fate decide what would take my fancy. And I saw this, and it wasn't what I was thinking I was going to go for in a million years. Quite different, and I think that's maybe half the appeal. I think when you see it, you'll see there's a practical aspect to it, a fun aspect to it, and yeah, it's definitely different for something in the Cactus stable. But even just riding it back yesterday, it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. So yeah, I better shut up and show you. And there we go, that's it. It's a Suzuki DRZ, or DRZ if you're across the pond, 400 SM Supermoto. Just bulbs out good fun. I just saw it and thought, that's not what I was looking for, but I think it might work. You know, the journey I've got to work is 15-16 miles on sort of A roads, a little bit of town riding, bumpy, shitty roads as well. So the 400's fine. That's the sort of, you know, it's more than ample speed-wise and power-wise for that kind of commute. It's not too much power to be laying down in the really slick, slimy, shitty weather. You know, it's it handles really nicely. It's very light, very flickable. You know, just a really good fun. And of course, it's that kind of dirt bikey type thing. It can take a little bit of abuse. Yeah, I'm really happy. There's just lots of little things. I mean, there's the bark busters, I think you Americans call them, or the hand guards at the front there. Might fit some bigger ones just to knock off a bit of the wind chill. I can probably fit heated grips for the darkest depths of the winter. To be honest, I've only just got in from work, and I've not really had, apart from riding it back last night, not really had a chance to kind of look round it too much. But yeah, it's an 07 It's barely done 10,000 miles. It's in good nick. It's been ridden. It's a bit dirty from the wet ride back yesterday. God, let's think, what can I say about it? It's got a nice full Yoshi system in there, which I'll start up. I'm just about to, it sounds nice as it is, but I think I'm going to take the baffle out and have a listen, because I reckon that'll be fun. Just nice, I really like the wheels, actually, they're really cool. Got some money off because the back tyre is getting close to the end of its life. Couple of mil of tread left, or barely. So yeah, got some money off of that, so I'll probably have to stick some new rubber on the back of that. He's given me, well, there's loads of the kind of spares, the stock stuff that was on there. That's come off. So I've divided that into that pile of stuff that's probably never going to see the light of day again. And this is some of the other stuff that he gave me. There were some indicators in the box, shitloads of bolts and brackets, small number plate, show use only, of course, officer. Chain guard, which I'm going to refit. I'm not keen on running without a chain guard, to be honest. Rear brake pads were getting a bit low, so he threw in a set of new rear brake pads. Anal butt plug for when things get a bit scary. There's a nice little, like the toolbox come day sack pouch thing, which I'm sure looks like it bolts on there on the back. So I think that'll get fitted just for practical, because I can be a bit practical with this bike. But yeah, so what am I going to do with it? Well, the first thing is I'm just going to take it in the shed at the weekend, have just a good nose round the whole bike. I mean, it goes and stops perfectly, so I'm not bothered about anything mechanically sound. It's got service history stamped up to about 1,000 miles ago, so all that's in good order. First thing is I'm going to take off all the decals. That's what I'm going to do. I don't like any of these, so they're all going to come off. So it's all completely black. Chain guard can go back on. There's some odds and sods where the tail tidy's been fitted. Not the greatest sort of wiring job under there. You can see that, but I'll have a little play around with that, I think, and make that nice and neat. Fit the smaller plate. Change those rear indicators. Probably relocate them. There's some nice handy little holes there, which I think would look quite nice, and get some smaller ones for the front. And then it'll be stuff like, I might change the bars. I haven't decided yet. They're alright. I think these are Renthal fat bars. They're quite nice, but they feel quite, I guess I'm used to the LSL, the real flat bars. I feel like I want a slightly less pullback bar on there, so I've got another set of LSLs upstairs. I'll see if I've got some clamps that I can fit, because this is obviously a 1" into a 7/8 controls, so I need 7/8 all the way through, or I might stick with the fat bars. What else? Yeah, baffle will come out. Might do that in a minute, actually. Just maybe give it just like an all, once over and a clean up, and end of the month, so I haven't taxed it. Obviously I didn't ride it back last night. I took it back in a van, and yeah, so I'm gonna have almost the end of August, so I'm gonna wait until September before I tax it and get it out on the road. But then that gives me a few days to go over it all with a fine-tooth comb and make the first few tweaks. Yeah, there we go. I thought I'd update you. Got some friends coming over in a minute, but I think I might have enough time to wheel her outside, take the baffle out and start her up so you can have a listen to it. And yeah, we'll go from there. The cat's going mental down there. Alright, mate? Yeah? What do you think? You're just pissed off because your domain has been invaded by another bike. But yeah, do you know what I mean? Look, it's the sort of bike I think that would be a great sort of commuter for the job that I want it to do. So we shall see. Who knows? Totally different to what I thought I was going to get. So yeah, it's nice. Throws you off balance a little bit. Not literally, the bike does, you know, just in terms of like modding and the type of bike I thought I was going to get. Might have to treat myself to a sort of like a dual sport crash helmet or something now, full face for the. I don't know if the open face and a cut off looks quite the part on this. I might have to
change a bit of the attire to go with the bike, but we shall see. But yeah, right, I'll shut up now and I'll see if I can get that baffle out.